And coming to you from a very, very late night in Kenny's basement apartment, which I think this might be our latest late night episode that we've done.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Many moons.
is it Rutgers ACC?
No, Big Ten.
Are they?
They're playing Washington.
Oh,
Welcome, everyone.
Looks like we forgot them.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Sports Allegedly.
Oops.
Yes, on this September 27th day of our Lord, September
It's almost the
2024.
28th day of our Lord. I mean, 32 minutes.
32 minutes. All right, exhilarating football night in Chelsea, Oklahoma.
The young boys were just out there slapping around. We
a
believe that the golden child might have a kidney bruise. We're
dis-
watching him. We're maintaining him. We told him if he pee-pees blood that Jesus is going to be there for him.
7-6
We can't
loss
do it.
tonight. Disappointing, but that's okay.
Should have been more. It should have been a bigger win. I heard there was a questionable callback touchdown. We're having some trouble here. Technical difficulty on our board that we did not look at Rutgers. I guess.
Okay, so we were talking. We'll talk baseball a little later. We got a big trade in the NBA that come down just a while ago. If you haven't caught that, we'll talk about the Knicks and
Are we doing college football first?
Yeah, we'll do that first.
Okay.
But and obviously a lot of NFL talk, but surprises and such. But let's move on to the NFL or the NCAA football.
The NCAA because they're paid now. Now
Yeah.
I'm going to do a quick thing here. I'm going to do
Okay.
a little rundown that I did of the week. Yeah, it's kind of a week upcoming kind of. Oh, what am I writing over here? Oh, there's the number of sacks. That's NFL news. It was kind of what happened and the reactions and what's upcoming. So we have turmoil in the West. The Pac-12 is swindling the Mountain West now. After using them to keep themselves alive, they stole in, 6 teams?
Yes, I don't know about the number, but yes, they're
So I think
they're
it's
back.
Utah State, Boise State, Fresno State, San Diego State. Sounds like it's just going to be a state division.
State division.
It's the Pac-12 state. If you don't have state in your name, they don't want you. Tempo kicker, Torrio hit a 64. That was a door, randomly. Hit a 64-yard kick, longest in the NCAA.
Nice. Haven't heard that. Did not hear
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Unova loses their quarterback to a $100,000 false promise.
UNLV.
Yep,
Yes,
UNLV.
Yes.
Reggie Bush is still human garbage. Yeah, I wrote that down because guess what? He's still human. Now he's suing the NCAA to get money. Does he just not have money? Did he burn through all of it?
Apparently.
Yeah, he's just human garbage. Colorado beats the Big 12 basement dweller and becomes a changed team. I don't know if you saw that headline.
Don't pay attention to
Yeah.
Colorado.
Feinbaum had to apologize for some shit. Missouri and Vandy, what was that, overtime?
Yes.
Vandy? Is Vandy back? Is
No.
is Missouri down?
I think we could kind of say Missouri's not that. I mean, they're a little overranked, I think, I would say.
Cook's still a good quarterback?
He's okay.
Brady Cook, is that who it is?
Yeah, it is.
Utah wins the Big 12 welcoming party by beating we'll talk about that later, the Oklahoma State Trojan horse that, will they ever win the Big 12? It's a question that comes to everyone's mind.
Who's that?
Oklahoma State.
Oh, they did in 2011.
Win the Big 12?
Yeah.
Like championship?
Yep.
Did they win the championship?
Yeah, they were the best team that year.
Oh. That didn't count. Tennessee becomes a national title darling after beating Oklahoma and their inept offense. Also, Tennessee has a nasty D after inept OU offense.
Yeah, I thought that was a funny dynamic.
They
of
went
that.
really heavy for. After we got over all the Josh Heupel bullshit. Oh, Josh Heupel got screwed. Josh Heupel's coming home. And Oklahoma's defense kept OU in the game and held them to 25. We'll talk about that as well. I don't understand why they became the new national title after they'd been scoring 60 points a game. Is that what it was?
64.
Averaging 60.
64.
OU is having a youth movement with their elite D. They're shipping a D back. They are. They're moving more.
I thought you were just talking about on the offensive.
No. They're moving on both sides of the ball. They're moving younger guys in. No one wants to play for Hugh Freeze. We saw that. ex-players and current players are calling him out. You saw that Thorne's getting named starting quarterback for the.
Yeah, he's coming back. Yes.
Let's see. Oh, I wrote, who the hell will the other five be represented by? Because Memphis just lost. Northern Illinois were the favorite to get in. I don't know who else is in the running. Boise State, them. Do we have JMU? JMU hung 70. Oh, that was another one. James Madison causes temporary Mac Brown retirement.
Yeah, I heard that. He's quitting, but not now. So
he regrets saying that. Yeah. Penn State's an undeserved top 10. Bama versus Georgia equals Texas still sucks. I wrote that.
Penn State.
That is what I wrote.
Penn State's got an interesting game with Minnesota this week.
Is it Minnesota?
Yeah, it's Minnesota, and
like I said, they're an undeserved top 10.
Something about that game.
Because Minnesota went toe to toe with who last week?
That wasn't the greatest game.
It wasn't the greatest game, but they still had a decent game. Let me look.
Oh, you're talking about last week. Sorry.
Yeah, last week. I don't have this pulled out. Like I said, we're just going through.
No, it's not Minnesota. I'm sorry, it's Illinois. My apologies.
Oh, Illinois.
Minnesota plays Michigan, which also is, I think, an interesting game.
It is.
That was two Big Ten games I thought those are going to be interesting to watch because Michigan beat USC last week. No surprise, but they beat them. I mean, I picked USC to win last week, and Michigan played really good defense, got that last drive to score. Illinois upsets.
It's weird. I didn't write anything about how crappy USC was. I thought I did.
Yeah, Illinois upsets.
I could have swore I wrote something about how shitty they were.
Illinois upsets USC. I'm sorry, Illinois upsets Nebraska at home. Nebraska finally gets ranked. Crowds pumped. I guess the atmosphere was electric. They turn around, and Illinois is a good football team.
That's just something that happens in
Illinois
Nebraska.
and Penn State, I'm sorry, that was the game that I found interesting, and the spread was fairly big.
It was.
For Penn State.
It was. And like I said, Bama versus Georgia equals Texas still sucks. Tulsa gets a win. That's the James one. Ohio State is slipping. They're not even playing, and they're slipping. And BYU is currently streaking and shellapped Big 12 darling Kansas State.
Yeah, that was a surprise. It
was a huge surprise for all. We were watching the game.
Exactly, and did it easily.
All right,
it seems.
Where are we going?
Let's go you first. We'll start out with the big game of the week last week when they played Tennessee. We'll give quick thoughts on
game
that.
Day was in town. Kenny
yes,
wanted to go, but
it was exciting, and then our offense got on the field, and then it ruined it for the whole thing. So.
Yeah, and calling Tennessee an elite team, beating an inept offense was just I didn't understand it.
I think Tennessee's pretty good though, and I think that.
But a Tennessee team that constantly scores 50, 60 points a game only scored 25, and OU.
Well, I mean,
gave the offense?
Are you taking away from the defense that we've done? I mean, I think that maybe.
No, our defense held them to that 25,
yes. And
our offense were the ones that screwed us over.
Oh, for sure.
And we knew going in that our offense was going to be inept. You had an anger issue during the Tulane game. Like you were very mad at that, even though we won that game. Mm-hmm. Like what you were watching, you did not like it. So OU comes into this game. We know that we're going to not be very good on offense. We didn't think we were going to take 2 steps back and then have Hawkins come in and get us to within 10.
Yeah, it was a surprise to me how inept Jackson Arnold looked, even with the injuries,
fumble
and
on the 6
and
inch?
the offensive line deficiencies. Now, granted, Hawkins comes in, adds a spark. He's more mobile, but you're looking at less wide receiver help. I know 5 wide receivers are out this week. Burks is actually out too. Anderson's not coming back. Anthony's out. Even Tatum, the freshman running back, he's out. Our kicker's out. Which I think his was an appendix, I believe.
I think Brent Venables was just in there hitting them with fucking rubber hoses.
Well, you kind of wonder because everyone's like, "Is this a thing?" I said, "No. Sometimes you just have bad luck." But You look statistically wise, they had 222 yards total offense.
It's conditioning.
222 yards of offense total for OU the whole game, and the rushing yards was 36. We talked about that they had to get rush the ball was a key to the game. Keep the quarterback, keep the quarterback inside the pocket, which they did a really good job of. And when the turnover battle, they did not. Believe that we had two more than them, or one more than them. Both had 2 fumbles, and then we had an interception thrown. So Jackson goes out, and he throws a bad pass, a couple bad passes. He misses an RPO horribly, one they had shown. The fumble after the defense gets the ball on 1st and goal, and that could have made it a 1-possession game. And it's like, what are you doing? I mean, what are you doing? So they pull him in a surprise move. They pull him. Now, a lot of rumors around Norman had said that Michael Hawkins had been the best player in the spring and the fall anyway.
Right, and nobody is willing to give up who made that call. I did watch all of this stuff afterwards. Nobody wants to give that up.
You mean who made the call to pull him?
Yeah, who made the call to pull him?
I
Still had to go tell, or not still, but
no. I think I had heard somewhere that Venables was the man to do that. So.
Well, that's fine, but I had not seen anything about who, because everybody kept glossing over that he was pulled.
Well, I think
it was just who told him.
Yeah, there needs to be some blame put on our offensive line coach, like I've said before, and our offensive coordinator. I mean, and I thought in the beginning.
Well, it seemed like we opened up with Hawkins. We opened up a little more. I mean, it was conservative when he got stuck in, but then after that, they opened up the play calling.
Yeah, but I'm kind of wondering what kind of goddamn game plan they're going to have this week. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, what do you do? I mean, you're going to have a lot of Barnes with an offensive line that doesn't block anybody. Now, the defense should have an easier time against Auburn, who's going back to Thorne as a quarterback after they benched him after the last game. So they're playing, juggling quarterbacks as well.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I heard that everybody was Hugh Freeze might have lost that locker room. There are. How does that happen? I really hate the Oklahoman.
Time of possession, Tennessee led 35-41 to 24-28, which surprised me because watching that game, it doesn't surprise me because you watch that game and that's how long the damn defense was on the field. Was that 35 minutes.
And the fact that defense stayed in the whole game. They stayed in the whole game.
4.7 yards a play for Tennessee, comparison to their average, I think, was 7 or 8.
Right.
But OU in the offense, I mean, it's just atrocious. 3 and 15 for third down. Penalties weren't bad, but the fumbles, the interception, the rushing yards, just 36 is just haunting to look at that. And then Kendall Dobie obviously got hurt. Garen Hatchick, Tyler Keltner, Dason McCall is questionable, and then Jake Taylor's probable.
So,
what it's
are
like
you
a mash unit, Norman.
What are you looking at, like a 21-10 OU or a 21-20?
I think it's a must-win game tomorrow.
Oh, it's definitely a must-win game for Oklahoma.
And I think that the trajectory of that program, if they lose tomorrow, is going to not be good. I think it's going to ruin every freaking recruiting thing that we've got. How many? I mean, we had lost 2 defensive recruits last week alone. Moore and the Balkan or whatever.
Did we lose them or did
they decommitted? They decommitted.
So, I don't know why they would decommit, not seeing how the defense played.
Funny how you think. And you think maybe they just don't want to play in that defense.
Yeah, is that defense?
Which there were some jokes about that too. It's like, oh, they're going to come in and be, but I don't know.
And Venables says that he wants guys that play anyways. He doesn't. He's kind of along the same lines as Gundy at Oklahoma State. If you want money and all that, that's go somewhere they'll pay you. Go make your money. But if you want to play and you want to play hard, you want to learn.
Well, I think I don't know if we've said it on this show, but I know privately we've kind of joked about who's going to pay Michael Hawkins to stay next year.
Oh, he'll get Jackson.
Well, no. Well, that's what we flipped the script already. And now it's going to be but I don't know. I just have a concern that he he's getting put in a really bad position, and I'm not saying that Jackson Arnold wasn't either, but he was getting worse as the season went on.
Absolutely,
looked very lost.
And it was crazy. It was.
And what's the over under that Venables makes some sort of coaching change next year?
Oh, it's heavy. It's heavy to keep his job because that's what they do now. They let them do a coaching change before they fire. You do.
Well, I don't think
you do.
I don't think he's. I'm concerned that he's going to get fired, but the trajectory is concerning of how that goes. Because we can't do another 6-6 this year.
No.
And then
it's hard enough to get recruits to come and
to OU anyway because we're not money rich like some of these other schools. So.
Well, it's just it's hard when you're not a winning program. If you're not constantly, if we were still competing for national title, I guarantee you we'd have those players coming in committing.
Yeah, but I'm saying losing him, we'll see what happens.
I know, but Lincoln Riley screwed that when he bolted to go lose at USC because he wanted to win a title, and he would have guaranteed him a title in 2 years. And
I don't think he guaranteed it.
And Utah pulled their big swinging Mormon dicks out and said, "How about no?" I'm sorry, that's BYU. They're the Mormons.
There you go.
Utah just said no.
So, what's your thoughts? You said what? 21-10.
21-10 or
I look like
21-17.
I'm gonna go 24-20. We win.
Yeah.
And have to win. But OU's got to play as aggressive of defense as they did at home. They have got to play that on the road. It's a road game. True freshman starting. How's that going to affect them? It's going to be loud. Defense is going to need to have 2 or 3 turnovers to carry them.
Well, and Texas is about to open up their SEC against the cupcake. Jeff Lebby led Mississippi State.
Texas got it made. That schedule is a breeze. Missouri and Texas have the 2 easiest schedules.
Well, Missouri's going to drop a couple. We've already seen that. They got that close to Vandy.
I don't know.
No, they're going to drop a couple. Do they play Arkansas?
Excuse me. I don't know. Did they?
Sorry, guys. It's late.
God, I know.
It's a late.
These old men here. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm yawning.
We had Thursday stuff going on, and Saturday's gonna be Angry Kenny Day.
I hope not. I hope it's Happy Kenny Day after the.
You're not gonna be at a pool because you refused to buy one for us.
That's right. Maybe next year. All right. So I've got 24-20.
I'm going 21-10, 21-17. One of the. They might get a garbage time touchdown. You know what I mean?
I hope they don't get any, but...
All
right, moving on.
They have given up the most interceptions, and Oklahoma
I think we're tied for the nation in takeaways. Yeah, so that's nice. Defense, and then they're putting Thorne back in, which is not that great of a thrower.
Not that good, not that bad.
So,
better
for
like,
us. 7-5.
Even though the line changed to -1 for them now?
Auburn is now the favorite, yes. Yeah. Auburn is now the favorite.
Put Thorne in, and all of a sudden it goes to -1. Why?
I don't know. I think it's our injury report that come out.
Oh,
yeah. Because everyone's like,
well, they're going to be playing zero wide receivers.
Well, I told you that statistic I saw. We have 12, and I didn't vet this, but let's say it's accurate because I saw it on the internet, right? 12 wide receivers.
Everything's true to Kenny on the internet because he barely knows how to use it.
Exactly. 12 wide receivers on scholarship for OU. 6 are injured, so they're out. Out of the other 6, 4 are freshmen, and out of those 4, 2 are true freshmen. So it's a problem.
Probably better.
It's a problem.
And now moving on to Utah. Oklahoma State. What can we say about Oklahoma State? Did you see it coming? I saw it coming.
I picked Utah.
I picked Utah. Hey, who didn't pick Utah? Dest. She picked Oklahoma State. Yeah, it's Utah's welcoming party to the Big 12, and they did what we thought they would do.
Okay, so in 22-19, not a big deal. One thing that concerned me about Utah coming was how hot it was. That it was super hot and humid.
Oh yeah, everybody said that whenever they were
playing. And they showed everything pretty fine. And I'll tell you why though that it helped them about what their offense did. Okay, so 456 total yards versus 285 for OSU, which is atrocious. It was like OU's offense. Mm-hmm. And rushing yards for the Heisman frontrunner for 48. That was 48 total rushing. I didn't pull up his stats yet.
Ollie's not
But
Heisman runner anymore.
no, I know.
Travis Hunter
I know
is.
this. But so anyway, so fumbles. You had some fumbles and penalties were fairly low. And,
That defense is nasty.
But that time of possession, 42 minutes versus 17, is
Was that
huge.
really what it was?
Yes.
Were they
Utah
just
had
grinding the ball? I woke
Yes.
up. I woke up to the end of the game.
Just very boring. It was 81 plays to 59.
Well, I guess it was 182 rushing yards for Bernard.
Yes, and so it was two.
And Wilson threw for.
It was 249.
Isn't that Zach Wilson's brother?
It might be actually, but didn't Zach play for BYU? I guess they're kind of in that same lineage,
He did.
though.
Yeah.
Look at him; he looks like him.
Oh no.
Google him up.
I wonder if he sleeps with cougars.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
that's got to be him. He looks just like him. Bio, dude. The B-I-O.
I don't know. I thought that said how he smelled.
Oh, really? That's it?
That's on the gift. You want me to go to Bio and it says.
So, I picked Utah because I figured Utah was going to win. Then Cam Rising right before the game's like, nah, not playing. They're going to keep him out. I'm like,
yeah, they
hell.
did that on purpose. They knew.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, do you even have? I mean, they did not tell him or have to tell them. I understand that. I totally understand that. Or maybe this was the kid that. Yep,
Yeah, it's his brother.
There it is.
Well, we got that mystery solved, ladies and gentlemen.
Good job,
Can you get
Isaac
back? We are
Wilson.
tired as donkeys.
Good job, Isaac Wilson, for coming in and 6-footer, 200-pound freshman.
God, you're getting
And
Kenny.
hey,
all,
you
you're
know,
getting Kenny all hot and bothered.
No, actually,
you're 6 foot.
he didn't play the greatest, but he made some really good plays at certain times. Really good throws. I thought was good for a freshman. But Utah's going to come in and pound the ball and play good defense, and that's what they've done.
Yeah,
42 minutes. It's exactly why we've got them winning the Big 12 championship this year. If them or Kansas, I think it was them. We had the Final Four was Kansas, Kansas State, Oklahoma State, and Utah.
And Kansas has fallen out of that. So
they've got a big game this week, actually.
yeah, like I said, nobody's talking about BYU in the Big 12. They're a quiet team. They're a quiet team that's just winning and moving up. And they've got a game this week against. Because Oklahoma State's going to Kansas State.
Oh, speaking of that, well, let's get on that. As you're talking about BYU, Kansas State got killed by BYU. I think the last time that Kansas State was the last time Kansas State and OSU played at Kansas State. Was that the game that Kansas State killed them?
I think so.
Oh, I'm touching this screen. Forgive me. I don't have my normal computer. It's probably what's slowing me down.
He doesn't have my computer because I forgot to charge it. I used it for something else and not
I've been
pornography.
spoiled by a touchscreen.
Yeah. He's spoiled by a lot of things, ladies and gentlemen. Touchscreen is the least of them.
I think it was like 48-0.
Yeah, it was BYU's playing Baylor.
Oh yeah.
BYU's playing the team that we have picked for the basement, and the one that Colorado beat in an overtime? Is that what it was? Close to overtime, almost overtime. And then got Colorado back into the national prestige of Colorado's back because they beat Baylor and the Fighting Dave Arandas.
Who is that trash that's
Ratzliff?
Colorado's playing this week?
I don't know. I didn't see Colorado's. If I just go here and I go, oh no, I did a bad.
As we go off. Oh, by the way, good luck. Or not good luck. Congratulations to Miami. Kept their title hopes alive for the ACC championship. 138-34.
UCF. They're going to the bounce house.
Yes. So UCF wins that.
And they're at a 14. Did they really win, or did they get lucky?
They won.
But did they really win, or did they get lucky?
Controversial call at the end. I thought he caught it.
He looked like he caught it. I don't know what they never. I'm sure we're going to get an explanation as to why they overturned it.
Nah, they won't say a thing.
They should.
And I don't have to say a thing.
No.
We'll be right back after these messages.
And click.
All right. I've got Kansas State beating OSU. Just the way it goes.
Actually, Oklahoma State beating Kansas State.
I don't. I think Kansas State has a comeback. I think they They do well. Oklahoma State's offense is very
It's
bothersome.
going to be a boring 30-32 game, 28-30 game.
That would be a fun game to go see. Long drive, but fun game.
Well, I want to go to the Utah game, and Oklahoma State. You said
Thank
no.
God we didn't. It was hot, and it was just boring to
I'm sorry,
watch.
ladies and gentlemen. Kenny cannot be hot.
It was just boring.
And if Urban Meyer's not there, he doesn't want to go.
Yeah, that wasn't a big. Is this a? Where's Big Fox going this week? Is it that game?
I think so. That's the big noon game.
Is it?
Yeah, I think the Oklahoma State Kansas State's the
is
big noon game.
Hmm.
We're not going to Little Manhattan. Calm yourself, sir. Next thing I know, I get a phone call. We're going to Manhattan. I don't want to go. Well, we're going anyways. You got to drive. The 30 beers of drinking. Yeah, I got.
Oh, it's in Orlando.
What?
It's in
Oh,
Orlando.
okay.
That's an 11 a.m. game. Damn.
Wait, the Colorado UCF?
Yes. Didn't realize that was a noon kickoff. That's definitely.
Why are they going to Orlando for that game when you've got two teams that are ranked?
It's that Colorado love. I mean,
Isn't that a night game?
To get no, it should be. I guess it is a night game.
That's what I thought. It was a night game. Yeah, it's a 2:30. It's an afternoon
So
game.
they're just kind of hanging out, waiting for a while.
Welcome to Big Noon. We're going to go to two unranked teams. Go down to the bounce house so we can see Deion Sanders blow another game.
Give me
fuel, give me fire, give that what you desire.
Give me 31-27 K-State.
I'm going Oklahoma State with a 31-28.
Cute.
Don't cute me.
All right, real quick on Tulsa. Tulsa got a win last week.
Tulsa pulled one out. They were the only Oklahoma team to win. We don't count JUCO.
Beat La Tech in overtime, which they needed that win. It was huge.
Overtime?
Huh?
Was it overtime?
Yes, it was overtime.
How was
Remember,
it?
he had to kick the field goal.
Oh, that's right. We got the ball back.
Mm-hmm.
We ran it down, and for some reason it wasn't a
turnover.
touchdown.
Yes. Well, he ran it almost all the way in. It wasn't a touchdown.
It looked like he ran it all. Did you see what they said? I never saw what they said on that play. I just saw that we ran it back. Yeah. I never, because we were watching it on a phone, I think is what it was.
North Texas is interesting. They killed Wyoming last week.
Hey, but Wyoming's
Six and a half point favorite now. Possibly up to 7. And I thought the Texas, they beat Stephen F. Austin a little bit.
Garbage.
I don't know. Did they start a week early? South Alabama? Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they were in that early 0 week. South Alabama is
Aren't they generally pretty good though?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. South Alabama is the better win out of this.
You look at Tulsa needing that Arkansas State game.
I told you that was a screw job.
And that'd be 3-1 coming into this
right,
game, which is nuts.
I know, and that was a classic.
And their over-under's 4.5.
That was a classic Butch Jones screw job.
Because I do remember it was 4.5.
Yeah, it's 4.5.
Because we took the over on that.
So, right there. Yeah. Which Arizona State, they're about to break their 4.5.
Are they 4-0 right now?
3-0, I know.
Yeah.
Remember, everybody's like on a weird schedule catch up.
Any other interesting games? Let's go back to the schedule. We'll talk a little bit about that before we move
do
on to
have coming up Arkansas, Texas A&M.
Fun game to watch. I would
Classic Southwest rivalry.
Yeah, I think that I would give the edge to
A&M.
A&M. Yeah.
Let's see.
As we talked earlier, I thought hey, Ole Miss, Kentucky. I'm not picking Kentucky to win, but Kentucky give Georgia a hell of a run on their defense.
Yeah, but I think that
can they slow down?
I think that might have been their one time.
I was gonna say, can they slow down Ole Miss?
I think that.
But isn't that a classic game for Ole Miss to lose, though?
Yeah, but I think Mark Stoops blew his nut on that. Like he's got nothing left in the tank. The other one, Northern Illinois, NC State. I really wanted to see how that was going to go on the CW network.
God, I forgot they got the game.
Yeah. Because NC State is supposed to be way better than.
And they have looked like
they
shit this year.
They have just been getting beat and beat and beat. And right now they're a 7.5 point favorite over Northern Illinois, who beat the Notre Dame Darlings and took the drunken leprechauns out.
Who's Boston College? Click up one 8-point favorite over
Western Kentucky.
Western 3-1.
The Hilltoppers.
Gotcha.
Yeah, their mascot's that big orange blob.
Navy 3-0. Congratulations, Army. They won yesterday, so they're 4-0 now. They beat Temple.
Wisconsin, USC. I was interested.
I have zero interest in that. I think Wisconsin is Luke Fickell's rebuild taking a little longer than what they're hoping.
They only have one loss.
I know, but isn't this his third year?
Second, isn't it?
He get hired the same year as Brent, or was that after?
Yeah, I think it's the same year.
Talks among yourselves.
Hold on now. Because he left to Cincinnati, and Brom left.
We took Cincinnati to the Final Four.
Right, but he
That
left to
wasn't
go
last
to
year,
Wisconsin.
and
No, it wasn't last year.
No, I know it wasn't last year.
So if this is his third year, then that means that Jeff Brom, because remember Jeff Brom was at Purdue and went to Louisville.
Yeah, but he just got to Louisville.
Oh, other interesting game: Louisville versus Notre Dame.
Oh, how ironic.
Louisville 3-0, and Louisville.
Okay, so we picked Louisville to suck.
Been,
we picked Louisville to suck.
And they have been walking over people.
This is not Luke Fickell, by the way, on Reddit. This is what's his face, defensive coordinator, used to be head coach.
Oh,
of the
that's
Rams.
Del Rio.
Yeah, weird.
That's Luke Del Rio.
Yeah, Jack. His son's Luke.
Yeah, the Louisville Notre Dame game. I wanted to see how that goes.
You know, real surprised that that Louisville's been better. So
Jeff Brom has done a hell of a job. It's strange because he had a horrible first year, 2 years or something like that. But yeah, he's turned that around. Trent Dilfer not having a very good UAB beginning.
probably that's going to be about done there.
I would say Kansas TCU, but Kansas is just out.
Yeah, you're right. This is Luke's second year. My bad. He was 7-5 last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
Because you remember there was that big coaching switch, and Matt Rule's second year too.
Yes.
'Cause that's what it was. Everybody kind of did this stuff at the same time.
Yeah, so Brent's ahead.
If you are interested in the turmoil out west, UNLV, who is 3-0, going up against Mountain West rival Fresno State.
Matt Quitter. His real name's not, last name's not Quitter, but we're going to call
I
it
think it's Slovic.
Slavic, Sluckshak, whatever.
I thought you were talking about Keene. I thought you were talking about Matt Keene. I was like, he didn't quit.
No. So quits his team, needs more, going to set out, needs more nil money. He says he was promised.
100K.
Schools come back and said that.
It was 100K, and it was by a casino, and they nixed it.
Yes. No,
Yeah,
the casino wanted to endorse him.
Oh.
That's what
they want to give him 100 to stay.
Yes. So I don't know who to believe. They're both got some lies to them either way. But you're 3-0. You see all these Power 5 teams starting to drop out, Sean, to get in the playoffs. UNLV is a high possibility.
UNLV still.
They've already got good wins.
That was the other.
They got good wins.
Yeah, over 2 Big 12 teams.
Yes. And so now you turn around and go, I'm just going to quit. I'm going to take it all. I mean, where are you going next year? Who's going to pick you up?
Oh, he'll go to Wisconsin or something.
But I mean, is that really a good teammate you want to bring in?
Somebody will pay for him.
I have Neil talk when we finish up college.
So what has become one of our favorite rivalries, Georgia Southern versus Georgia State. It's the battle for Georgia that nobody asked for.
I had a hard time picking that.
I did too. I went with State.
I took State.
I know.
Too.
You remember the only reason why we really got into this game was because Davis Brin left Tulsa and went to Georgia Southern.
Yes. Now is he still the starter?
No.
Okay.
I don't think he's there.
Oh.
So you look at Georgia Southern. It's I think it's Jonathan French.
Gotcha. Or it could be George French.
Javon French. Jean-Pierre. Jean-Pierre. Yeah. So I did take Georgia State in this, and like I said, this is our new favorite game. That it's the battle for Georgia that nobody. It's not the Georgia versus Georgia Tech game that everybody wants to see. It's the Georgia Southern versus Georgia State.
When's the last time Georgia Tech's won that one? Was it last year or the year before that they did make it a closey for a minute?
Last year, a year before. want to say.
Yeah.
We'd have to look up and see if you want to pull up the stats.
Jed Fish, thank you for leaving Arizona and going to Washington, where you lose, sir. You lose. You lose.
Well, he should have taken Fiafati with him.
You lose. Thank you. Good day.
Good day. Georgia versus
Georgia Tech.
Germany,
yes, Georgia. But no, as you're pulling that up, I thought the Tulsa win was good. I got North Texas. Going back to that, they were 6.5 point favorites. I've got North Texas winning. I wish they would be more consistent on offense. Is what bothers me a little bit about Tulsa. They're playing a lot of true freshmen on defense, and that's good. They're building their team. I think that what that tells me about Kevin Wilson is that there were some kids on that team that really weren't that good. But you look at how many kids they've recruited for the 918, which is pretty impressive. There's a lot of kids going to Tulsa and getting a chance to play, and they're looking good doing it.
Okay, Georgia has a current win streak of 6. Now, Georgia Tech has the longest win streak of 8. And Georgia Tech has the largest margin victory of 48-0. But that was in a time when Kenny says it doesn't matter.
It doesn't, not in the 40s.
Because apparently that's before football was football. I don't understand how Kenny...
Oh, it was football. It was just...
I don't understand how Kenny thinks of anything. He's a moron. Like
I mean, stats are cool and history and all that stuff, but when you get down to it, I really don't give a shit if your team won 6 in a row 40 years ago. Let's talk about what have you done for me lately.
That's always you.
No,
That is always you. You just you need. Now Georgia does lead the overall record 71-41 with 5 ties.
Sounds like a real big fucking.
This year's game is in Athens. Well, that's the OU Oklahoma State game.
Tulsa, what do you got?
Oh, it's a close one. It's another 23-20 game.
Who winning? Who wins?
Tulsa. I got Tulsa winning.
Okay. I got North Texas winning 30.
Tulsa has this weird defense.
38-28.
They get stops when they need to. Like I said, that Arkansas State game.
Yeah, but what's their offense doing? That's the problem.
They're moving the ball.
Yeah, but not scoring. Every time they get like close to red zone, it's like, oh, scared. That's been a Tulsa thing, if you think about it.
But there's also been some setback in that of they've had the ball knocked out of bounds a couple times through the back of the end zone, and we've talked about that. Just give the ball back on the same yard line and make them play it again.
I hate that rule.
Yeah. No, it's a turnover. It's a touchback for the other team. It's stuff like that. There's small things that happen to them when they get down in the.
So about this, Neil. We finished up on here.
Alabama, Georgia.
Oh yeah, let's talk.
Alabama, Georgia.
That is the game of the week. Isn't
I am taking Georgia.
I'm taking Alabama.
I believe that defense is a little stouter than you think it is, and they get to Jalen Milroe, and they can fluster him.
I think that two things I picked this game. I think the defense for Alabama, I'm totally opposite with you. I think the defense is really good for Alabama. And I think that they're going to have Beck cause some problems. I thought Kentucky had a good game plan for them. I thought he looked very ineffective against them. And the defense had to go up.
Could it be that both defenses screw up both offenses?
Well, no, because I think that Kentucky's offense is miserable. Kentucky's offense is comparable to OU.
Don't say that.
I mean, it is. It's just, and you've got, what's-his-face, who was a former OU Vandergriff. Brock, he did not look good at all. I think Kentucky's offense is.
There's a reason why he's been shipped from 18 schools.
I think the defense. I think the offense is inept. I think it made Georgia's defense look a little better. And I think you turn around and Kentucky's defense played essentially a game of their life, like OU did.
I remember.
Can Kentucky, like I said, can they make a game of? Who are they playing this week? We just talked about it. Can they make a game of Ole Miss and hold that high-scoring affair, just like can OU, which they have a lot easier offense to play? Can they be just as aggressive, keep the eye on the prize, make good defense?
You got to remember what Alabama did against South Florida.
But I think Milroe.
They until South Florida
I don't
got wore down.
I don't like Milroe. I don't think he's that great, but I think he's better than Carson Beck. And for anybody that's got Carson Beck in your first round,
a lot of people,
guys, in your first round, NFL, don't pick him. He's Sam Darnold worse, and Sam Darnold's playing lights out.
Stetson Bennett extra?
I don't know. I think they fall in love with these teams that are doing so well, and they don't factor in that. Damn, you've got the best defense behind you, and you've got one of the best offensive lines. I don't think I would ever draft a quarterback from Georgia right now because everything around them is the best.
Well, I'm still not taking a Georgia or Alabama quarterback.
But no, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
you
I'm
find
not
those
taking
quarterbacks that are looking, good. Ewers is another example. Something about him bothers me a little bit, but he's better than Beck and Milroe.
Could it be that it's because he's a redneck driving a Lamborghini?
No, I just
and that just doesn't
fit.
Or the fact that he might be Tiger King's illegitimate son?
That's possible too.
Yeah, fuck you, Craig.
No, so I think that that's one of those things that.
Prayers to your wife.
and the second thing is home field. I like that out of the whole.
Yeah, that is true. Those two.
I liked Alabama in that aspect.
Those two stadiums get really rowdy when one of those teams come in.
Yeah. So I thought that's why I leaned. I leaned.
Well, you leaned because you got that weird leg.
Anyway, so what do you got?
Oh, it's 17-13 Georgia.
What was it? 17-13
Georgia.
I got 27-21 Alabama.
Now, a couple of the games that are going to pique our interest are Illinois, Penn State. We're finally going to find out if Penn State is top 10 deserving. And how far will they fall after they lose to Illinois?
Click on Luke Altmaier. His stats are pretty interesting. He's 862 yards. He's 10 touchdowns. I don't think he's got any interceptions on the year. And it's one of those...
my God, he's a Mississippi State guy that should have...
Yeah. See, no interceptions, 862 yards. Nothing like... I mean, he hasn't played anybody that's crazy, but I thought they come in and played very good, against Nebraska. Hostile environment.
Oh, they came in and they played very hard. That was a lights out.
It came down to those plays at the end that he really wasn't that concerned, or didn't look like the game was so big. Now go back to Penn State. I think that quarterback, the freshman from last year, played much better.
They are banking on their running back.
Well, that and their defense, of course.
Yeah, but their running back is what they are really. Their running back's what they really leaning on. I believe they have one of the top running backs in the nation. Do they not?
I just thought the spread. Let me go back and look at that. I thought the spread was really.
Well, I'm trying to get everything, and I got to go back here, to go back here, to go back to that, to get to this, and then to turn that on, and then to make Daddy happy. Oh, it's 19 and a half.
Yeah. Okay. So Georgia's still a 1-point favorite, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah. So Illinois. So Sean, I've got 18 right now, and they've moved that up. Moved it up there, or they've dropped it here, I guess is what I'm saying.
Another game that I really want to see is the South Alabama LSU. LSU is having some trouble. Now, granted, they are 3-1. Their only loss is to USC. South Alabama's 2-2, but didn't South Alabama just murder somebody last week?
No, they lost. Remember, we were talking about them losing, or was that the first week?
It might have been first week.
Didn't they lose to? We talking about North Texas?
No, they murdered App State, and then they murdered Northwestern State.
Yeah, Tulsa murdered. Not
they lost to North Texas
and Ohio
and University of Ohio.
Yeah,
that
I
was
don't know.
a
I don't know why
bit of a slow start.
I don't know why you pulled this game up. LSU covers and scores 40 on this team.
Because look what LSU did against South Carolina, 36-33.
South Carolina's probably a little better team than we give them credit for.
They gave 21 points to Nicholls State, 17 points to UCLA.
That was ugly. I agree.
And they only scored 34 in that game.
Yeah, I agree.
But that's what I'm saying. So I'm thinking South Alabama might
only lose by 30. Okay, yeah.
Well, 6. I'm saying South Alabama might pull one out. It might be a sneaky. It might be a sneaky game. No. I'm just saying it might.
What is it? If you're right, I'll shit in a cup and eat it or something. Is that Florida State guy said?
Are you gonna do that?
No.
We'll film it.
But I like everybody now. It's like if we lose, I'm still gonna eat
medium rare ribeye and have a glass of wine, or
No,
everybody's kind of run on.
No,
with
no. If they do, you have to eat.
I'm
you have to eat
not-
a whole plate of pancakes.
No. Oh, pancakes.
Yeah,
I love them, but it's not my lifestyle change.
but that's why you have to eat them.
No, I wouldn't.
Six.
I wouldn't 6.
6 pancakes all at once.
Okay.
You said okay.
Okay. Yeah, you got it here. LSU loses. I'll eat 6 pancakes.
Cincinnati, Texas Tech. That was a hard game for me to call.
Yeah, I know. Cincinnati looks great. Looks like shit. Tech looks like great. Looks like shit. I think I picked. I don't even remember who I picked. 'Cause
I
it was
don't.
one of those
I think I
flipped a
picked. I
coin,
might have picked
so-
Texas Tech on that.
So the late games, we got Arizona at Utah. Interesting game.
Washington State, Boise State.
Don't care. Boise State should win. In Washington, hey, go to Washington State real quick. How are they 4-0? Did we miss something there? I mean, are they secretly? Well, I guess they are just playing anybody and everybody, though, aren't they?
San Jose, Washington, Texas Tech,
Oh, gosh.
Prismo Rising
Presbyterian?
State.
Wow.
They've been on a burner. They've been on a burner since losing to Washington last
I
year.
like their coach. He's gonna be gone soon.
Well, there's a lot of coaches going.
Yeah.
What's his nuts and ULV is about gone. He's going to be losing his offensive coordinator.
I don't know. Rumor has it Odom takes a bigger job, and then Brendan Marion takes the UNLV job. I've heard that rumor.
Really?
Yeah, because Odom was going to get another bigger job. Yeah. Now this drama with the nil could throw that off. So getting to Neil before we close out.
Yeah.
So we've
Yeah,
bitched
yeah.
about this before, and I've probably brought it up. But listen, now is more than ever a time that we look past this
Hold on, let me
whole.
put this way. Now more than ever is a time.
Now more than ever is a time that we look past the
There
whole
you go.
student
You
athlete.
have to rewrite all your speeches.
Let's look past all. It is midnight ish, and look past all the money and all. It's time to go. It's going to be collective bargaining. It's going to be union. It's going to be contracts.
Dude, we will soon be seeing trades.
It's going to be contracts. And no, here's the deal. What are you giving these people up front and then them not fulfilling a contract? Well, there's no contract now. So you pay me to come, like the kid from UNLV, and I don't know. I mean, there's two sides of trajectory. I think it's just shit anyway. And I think I'm not gonna take up for this kid because he quit on his team. So he's more about him than team. And unfortunately, that's the way it's going now. For a lot of people, and Jen should. I mean, probably majority. The way it's looking on some of these things. But so you taking that, and then you see
I think
the
a lot of these
you
kids
see
are-
the other kids coming back and going to school and not going to the draft and coming back and going, heck, I make as much as I could not getting drafted. Think about Andrew Rahm last year. He left and went to the draft, our center, and didn't get drafted. It's like, dude, we could have really used your ass this year, But what'd you do? You're now selling insurance somewhere or something. No offense, Andrew Rahm, but
Do you know
good
that?
luck. I don't know. Hope he's doing well.
He's probably
And-
on a practice squad somewhere.
Possible. But going back to that, I think you're going to have to
Was it RH?
RAYM or something. I don't know. RHYM. Who knows? Or RAY. Anyway.
I thought there was an A.
What's the contract? Yeah, there is. What's the contract? It's almost like ROM. There it is. What's the contract?
Oh, Ram.
The contracts. Is that what we're going to do? Is that what we've got to do now?
Looks like he's playing for Carolina Panthers.
Oh, well, look at him. He's in the NFL. I don't think
Broken arrow boy.
Did he get drafted, though? I think he was a free agent then. Good for him.
Carolina, undrafted 2024
undrafted,
free agent.
So he's on the worst team in football, and he's on the practice squad. Which, hell, they're making money.
Well, that's
so.
what I said. He's probably on a practice squad somewhere.
But no, I mean, you could have stayed another year and probably did a lot better and come out and done so. I mean, who knows? But anyway, I really wouldn't. I kind of got off track on that. But the paying these players, it's going to have to be contracts. Either it's going to maybe a salary cap.
I told you that what it needed to be was every player paid the same. They are contracted. They're now considered employees.
Very communistic.
No,
approach.
it's college.
I don't think it matters anymore. I think.
But
that-
if you think that
just
there
go
are
to it,
tiers,
just go to an NFL
if
model.
you think there are tiers for stars, then that's fine.
Tiers, yeah, there is.
You
Tears.
fucking that zit's giving me tears. The crook of your nose.
Stop.
Let me touch it.
No. So
It's like Hunter's. It's on a big old chin there. Like, ugh.
no, you're right. I mean, I think it's going to go to it's an NFL model. So
Yeah,
anyway,
it's got to be.
we're at 50
And I
minutes.
know that
we
they're
talked all college football.
We did, and I know that they're talking about getting rid of one of the portals.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Like
And hey,
the
go back to
spring
transfer
portal.
once. Go back to transfer. Maybe you could transfer once and that's it, or if your coach leaves or whatever.
Hey, or you could get traded.
I still think you just
You could find somebody to trade the contract for money.
I think you go 1 year and that's
Smaller
it.
schools can find a way to get money by trading their better kids for money.
Possible.
I mean, that's Power Fives have been playing like lower teams for how long and paying them for a home and home, and then paying out that other home so they don't have to play it.
Yeah, I know. That's going to be interesting to see. How
So
these
why not
schools
just
move
play
forward.
the kids? You do the same thing to the kids. Okay, well, we'll pay you for this kid
Gotcha.
this much, and this kid's going to make this much. If he agrees to this, and you agree to
If he
this,
agrees,
you get
yeah.
the money,
Gotcha.
or you get some money. He gets some money. Hey,
We all
everybody
get
gets some money.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, on to the
That's it,
NFL.
Ding, ding, ding.
Let's
oh,
see,
Sean's
NFL
NFL
notes.
notes. Here we go.
The backup shine, and they're about to meet in Minnesota. Malik Willis and Sam Darnold. The Bears have a great quarterback with a gold digger girlfriend. Tua is going to be deciding, and if he does stay, he will not be activated until week 7.
Okay.
The NFL is still chaotic. I wrote that down. An old ginger wins in Carolina.
Good game for him.
3 touchdowns. Allen is a early MVP. Kansas City accused
Who?
Josh Allen.
Oh, yeah.
Kansas City's being accused of referee favor.
Dude,
Brett Favre steals money, then claims Parkinson's.
I have no sympathy.
Nah, I don't either. Brock Purdy has back issues, so we need to watch that game to see, because he's literally one good hit away from being knocked out for a few weeks. He's got back soreness that he's dealing with right
Folks, fans of Sports Allegedly, I've told you, and I've told you, and I've told you. Trevor Lawrence, trash. Jalen Hurts,
now. Brock
trash.
Purdy did not lose that game.
Brock Purdy,
No, their
trash.
special teams lost that
Brock
game.
Purdy, trash.
You go back and watch it. He threw 3 touchdowns. I think he only missed 3 passes or something. I don't know how he's trash when your special teams is the one losing the game
He's
for
got
you.
the best team, and he's around the best team.
He's got the best team who's mostly injured.
For what? Because who's injured? Trent
Let's
now.
see. Your running back's injured. 2 of your
Oh,
wide
no, I don't
receivers
even
are out
count
now.
CMC. I mean, he's
Your
just a
tight
hero.
end is also out.
Kittle's playing. He played.
But he's out now. He's not
Okay,
playing
but
this
that-
game.
Okay, but that game he was.
One of your offensive linemen is out.
Trent Williams.
Trent. Yeah, so yeah, it's a very beat
So
up
you
team.
take the best team and you take away a few players, and Brock Purdy becomes the worst quarterback.
He's not the worst quarterback.
No.
He did not. Did you not see the stats in that
I
game?
don't look at stats for Brock.
Oh, you bitch! And you. Oh, what a nunce!
But no, I mean, you
No,
look.
no. We're gonna go find it. We're gonna find it. We're
That's
gonna
fine,
talk about
that's
it.
Fine, 27-24.
292 yards. He missed
8
how many
passes?
passes?
8.
8 passes. Okay. Wow.
You got Debo, Ayuk, pretty good receivers. Kittle, no one was hurt there.
You haven't even.
Then you
talked
got
about
that
Johnston.
third guy. Who's the third guy that really?
He only
kicked
took
ass?
1 sack. He had a 137 quarterback rating or 86 quarterback rating.
I hope so. The Rams are one of the shittiest defenses in the league.
I told you it was the special teams that lost that damn.
No, but I'm
game.
saying it was one of the. And then Jennings had that game of his life. So now everyone's going to focus on him and be like, okay, that's over with.
Yeah, that's gonna be done.
But no, I mean, the Rams have one of the shittiest defenses in the league. And the 49ers are not supposed to, and they give up 13 points in the second in the fourth quarter alone, and they won.
Yeah. So
But I think that Purdy's overrated, Hurts is overrated.
Purdy's not even rated. You can't rate somebody that's not getting paid.
He's getting ready to be, and that's going to be the issue. Are they going to pay him or not? We've talked. Are they? Because they can't. And he's going to take some discount deal, and just like, oh, hold on, Dak Prescott also overrated, which we all agree with that.
Oh yeah, that's absolute.
And Kirk Cousins is on the end of his.
Hey, what did I say? Josh Fields Jordan Love's gonna sign a big contract and get hurt.
Well,
he's
no,
overrated.
no, he'll be back.
He's overrated.
He's fine. I love Jordan Love.
Trash.
Justin Fields.
I know you do. You love trash.
No, Justin Fields, another one.
You're in love with trash.
Yeah, another one that's going to be. I've always loved Josh Allen minus his turnovers at the end of games, which is stupid.
Dude, highest turnovers. Besides, he's right behind Trevor Lawrence.
Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Let's see the
That's
other
why I
one.
said besides that shit.
Justin Fields finally stands in the pocket.
Yes.
I watched him play. He's finally standing and stepping forward and doing another read.
It's amazing when you leave a shitty franchise and go somewhere that's a pretty.
Oh, it's
good franchise.
amazing when your first instinct is not just to fucking take off and run.
Well, when you've got every lineman just falling over in front of you, like
Dude,
look at OU.
That's now.
Yeah.
They weren't doing that then.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing it now.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles are injury riddled because they're beat the hell up too.
They are.
Daniel Jones shines. Daniel shines against Cincinnati. First rookie quarterback with multiple touchdowns.
And over 90%, first all time, over 90%
Oh, yes.
completion. Yeah,
Yes,
highest
he's
completion rate.
Massive. Love
Yes,
that kid. That's why I
yes.
got him.
I said number one quarterback coming out.
Daniel
We both
Jones
said-
wins a game, so that should make Kenny happy.
Yes, and look good against Dallas, too. actually.
The Broncos beat Tampa. Bo Nix took that big Nix energy and just.
I wasn't surprised by that. I told you before. I said
I was.
It was a trap.
I was surprised
I
that your
wasn't.
defense.
No, I
was
wasn't.
surprised that Tampa's defense allowed that.
I wasn't at all surprised because I thought that game of Detroit, they give it all.
They
I thought-
won without him throwing a touchdown.
No, but that Detroit was almost like a Super Bowl win for them, and I think they just got a little cocky. It's going to be that's the most interesting game I think on the list this year or this week. Looking at the matchups, is the Eagles in Tampa because I picked the Eagles on that
I
one.
know what that means now.
So
Surfer mom on hot seat with coach. I was like, why does it say Swifter mom? Surfer mom.
did I miss that one?
Trevor Lawrence.
Oh,
Sir, you always call him Surfer
Surfer
mom.
Mom. Yes.
Surfer mom's on a hot seat with coach. Him and Peterson.
I think
After that last loss.
Peterson's fired. I think he's done. Is the John Gruden train coming back somewhere?
Maybe.
Are you feeling it? Are you
Maybe.
a little bit? I mean,
Well, I don't know.
how racist was he?
I don't know if Dick had. I don't know if Dick had to let him back in the league.
Probably not. He's suing him. It's pretty funny though that you'd have to get permission
Yeah,
to
but
get
there's other
hired by a
coaches.
team.
There's other coaches that are still in the league that are suing Goodell.
Oh, I know.
But they're of different hue.
But honestly, a couple of the biggest surprises so far in the NFL.
Hold on.
Go
Caleb Williams dating thirsty white girl. Did I?
ahead. Yeah, you told me that.
Falcons owner honors himself. By the way, Arthur Blank inducted himself into the Ring of Honor.
That was nice of him. Sounds like something I do.
I'm surprised there's not a statue that came with it. All right, everybody,
let's
I'm
do
going to be
it.
inducted into my own Ring of Fame. That's
okay.
for players and coaches.
Well, so let's do a little disappointments and some exceeding expectations.
Exceeding expectations. New York Giants, 8 sacks. New York Jets, 7 sacks. Denver, 7 sacks. Jacksonville, 0 sacks. Dallas, 0 sacks. Tampa, 0 sacks. Chicago, 1 sacks. Philly, 1 sack. There's some expectations.
I've watched the NFL. This is going to be week 4. We're coming right 4 or 5.
No. We're a week behind.
Yeah, so we're going into week 4. This is week 4, right?
I don't know where.
God, is it week 3? Surely not.
No, it should be week 4.
Okay. Yeah, because 3-0. So yeah, some teams are 3-0. So we're going into week 4.
We don't know. Numbers.
Yeah, because week 5. So
Yeah, we're in week 4.
okay. So obviously the Bengals are disappointing. 49ers.
Well, the Bengals do this every year. They
49ers
disappoint before
49ers are a little
they figure out a way to win.
49ers are a little disappointing.
More than
Cowboys
a
are
little.
one of the most disappointing teams. I know they did win Thursday night, didn't cover a weak 6-point spread.
Against Daniel Jones and the Giants.
Correct. Teams I like. I mean, I really like the Bills. I led with them. I was gonna save
We
it to
did
the
this
end.
last year.
But I think the Bills
Buffalo.
they look different, and I don't know what is different about them. Maybe they hadn't played enough people. I mean, they beat the Jaguars.
Well, they didn't
know,
just beat the Jaguars.
yeah,
They
it was-
beat the snot out of them.
But I mean, so you look at them, and they have a high.
Dude,
price.
he had touchdown passes to what, like 5, 6 different receivers, 7?
It was pretty impressive.
It was like a record, wasn't it?
Pretty impressive. I didn't know about the record. Another team that is kind of surprising is Seattle, which
we talked about
we
that.
talked
We
about
talked about
Seattle.
how
We thought
quiet quiet they are.
I like the coach. Gino's coming back. Ryan Grubb, Washington.
And I had to.
University of Washington is
right.
now the.
And I had to
the
cut
OC.
out the Michael McDonald song.
And Steelers.
Yes,
And the Steelers. I mean, I had the Steelers 8-9. Looks like I'm going to be wrong on that because the defense and Justin Fields looks
Don't
better.
say that.
I picked him 8-9 because I thought Russell Wilson was playing though. Can I get a reprieve for that? Is that?
Don't look at me. You need to talk to your baby boy about that.
I've already tried. He said no. But anyway.
Minnesota, Sam Darnold.
Oh, and they're the most surprising.
The Saints leading the NFC South.
I'm not really worried about that. They're going to come back down to reality. I mean, what they score against the Eagles, 12 points. If you're that high potent, you're going to score more than that.
Yeah, but is Green Bay going to be continuing their leverage upwards?
I mean, give credit to Malik Willis, but you know what's a good thing about
You are just not giving credit to Matt LaFleur.
I know.
By the way, somebody said
I know that.
that Minnesota and Green Bay have the two prettiest coaches in the NFL.
Is that you?
No, it was not me. It was somebody that I was watching.
Well, and I think they're two pretty good damn offensive coaches. As much as LaFleur annoys the shit out of me, but I think it's the beard. But anyway, but honestly, I'm so right on the love deal. I love it. I love it. Now you got hurt, but I'm just saying I love.
And I was right on that.
Yeah, you were. But the quarterback.
Oh, I just don't just knock that off. Like, I'm kidding. I'm so proud about what I said and what I did. But,
and I said, yeah, you were.
But
I mean, yeah, but he
sure,
got,
you were
but,
right there.
But he got hurt. But it's not a long-term deal. I think he could play this week if they wanted him to. I think they're just holding him out. I mean, Malik Willis is doing fine, and they're winning, so it's not like a big deal. They've won 2 in a row.
Yeah, I don't know who's been coaching Malik Willis, so they need to stop.
Maybe it's just the Titans bad. All right, matchups this week.
Let's see. We've got Chicago in a slobber knocker with the Rams. The 1-2 teams, and I think I've taken LA in that.
Oh, I think it's a trash game. Move on down.
Hey, that's my trash game.
No, I think the Vikings Packers are interesting. I think
Steelers Colts. We're gonna find out Anthony Richardson, who's been
bad,
abysmal,
bad, and he's going up against the best
freshman year, great. Sophomore year,
he's going up against the worst or the best defense. I said arguably
Saints
the best
Falcons.
defense. No interest in that game either. Just if the Saints score less than 20,
Kirk Cousins, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Who would
I like the Vikings.
Who would have saw that trash?
I like the Vikings and Packers. That's an interesting game. If the Vikings,
not me. I don't give 2 shits.
Really, if the Vikings are real, they'll beat the Packers, even with Malik Willis or
They're
not.
Garbage. They're both garbage.
Whatever.
I mean, Josh Jacobs has just changed colors and
doing pretty well.
And the other guy, and then the other guy. I don't care. It's just like 2 trash cans.
So is this the Broncos Jets? Isn't that what's his face, his offensive coordinator that got fired from the Broncos? Is this one of those? You know what I'm talking about? It's the coach, the redheaded offensive coordinator for for the Jets, was the head coach at the Broncos for a year, and they canned him. Is this? No, maybe. Anyways, is this a Nathaniel Hackett? Is it Hackett? Okay.
Hackett didn't even get a chance.
Watch.
Walmart money came in and said,
I'd like to. It's a 7.5 point spread. It's going to be interesting. I don't know.
You can't win if Bo Nix ain't throwing touchdowns.
Eagles beat the Bucks. Bengals beat the Panthers. They get their first win.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Ginger's going against his old team.
I thought about that too, but listen, if Bengals go 0-4, a Zach Taylor firing is possible.
Is this a Jacksonville bounce back against the Texans?
No, I bet the farm on this one. It's Houston 6. I bet the farm on Dallas on Thursday.
6
lost
pancakes?
The farm, so
You getting pancakes?
No.
Yeah, you're gonna eat those pancakes, you fat bitch.
I think Texans win big. I think this is when the Texans finally come out.
You fuck up, you eat the pancakes. Okay. I'll make them. I've got the batter and shit at the house.
So
Commanders Arizona is a game that I'm kind of interested in.
Yes. 2 high potent, fast running
Arizona
quarterbacks.
at 1-2 is still, they have been scoring points.
Look at my rookie of the year prediction, just kicking ass already. Marvin Harrison.
Jaden Daniels?
No, Marvin Harrison.
Jaden Daniels?
It could be 2. I picked Marvin Harrison at the beginning of the year.
I picked Jaden Daniels at the beginning of the year. Because this kid's going to fall off.
Oh, a barn burner for Patriots and 49ers. No one's watching that game.
Yeah, nobody cares. Chargers, Chiefs.
Herbert out still?
I think
Talked
so.
about that, yes.
Plus, the Chargers have a player that has been a defensive player that's been suspended, and they've got injuries on a couple of the
What a hell of a fucking Sunday night game, man.
Bills. Was that Sunday night or is it Monday night?
That's Sunday night.
Oh. Almost pooped my
I'm pretty
pants.
sure there's trash on Monday night, but there's 2 trash
Did I?
games.
Did I see? Well, you know, Seattle Detroit's going to be a fun game to watch.
I guess. I mean, it's undefeated. I mean,
Tennessee,
this is
Dolphins.
It's bad. I mean, it wasn't even good if both quarterbacks were. Well, I mean, one quarterback was still. I mean, the Dolphins would kill
Did
him.
you
and now
see the picture of the tight end getting his pants pulled down
Mm-mm.
for Miami?
Show some crack, did he?
Oh, he was getting tackled by a Seahawk. It's straight butthole. But Bills Ravens is going to be. We're going to blow our loads and just not even care about Monday football.
Exactly, because that's going to be a great game. You know, so give me your rundown on that Bills Ravens. What do you think?
I'm thinking Bills are going to are just. It's a rivalry. They have formed a rival with Baltimore.
But look, 1-2 versus 3-0, and they're a 2.5-point favorite. What's Vegas telling you? That Bills ain't for real.
Well, they're saying that Bills are coming into that Ravens defense. And that Ravens defense is probably going to be the first real defense that the Bills face. That and everybody's always in love with Lamar Jackson. So you're actually facing a team with a decent running offense of Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry because you notice there's not. Let's go find.
I think the one thing, though, that's underrated about Buffalo is their running offense, that they've done really well with.
They
Cook.
have.
I thought the offensive line looks really good. And Josh Allen hasn't made a lot of mistakes this year. I mean, he's not screwing up, essentially. You know, I see no one that bothers me a bunch on that one.
The Matt Milano, but he's been out for a while.
Mm-hmm. Anybody on the Baltimore?
Grable would be the no.
He's out. I don't think there's anybody.
Nobody. Jason Voorhees is doubtful. Jason Voorhees' son.
Andrews Voorhees.
Who was that kid? We looked this kid up like 800 times.
He's doubtful.
Good God, look at that Sergeant Slaughter chin.
He's doubtful. He does look like Sergeant Slaughter. Oh, he played at college, USC? Poor thing.
Oh, sorry, baby boy. Your heads. Did they stretch the picture? Why does he look like he belongs in The Incredibles?
That he does. That actually, he could be an Incredible.
It's one of the heroes.
But that mask, it's like a perfect mask fit, though, for his dad. It's like if he had to wear the mask, it fit perfect.
Oh, my God.
All right, anything else in NFL? I love it. I mean, it's the best time of year.
I said, it's still chaotic. The NFL is still in utter chaos.
Like I said, you got
because if you go look
no
at
one would have said after 3 games that Cincinnati would be 0-3 and the Vikings would be 3-0.
Right now,
Period.
Right now, in the NFC East, Washington and Philly are on top.
Correct.
Minnesota and Detroit are on top. New Orleans is leading the South. And Seattle is leading the West. And then over here, Kansas City, but they cheat tomorrow.
Yeah, Kansas City.
Houston's
the worst 2-1 team
I think
I've
this
ever
is the
seen
only
in my
one.
life.
I think this is the only one that we called. That's correct.
No, but I mean, Houston's the worst team I've ever seen. A 2-1 team.
Houston, Indy, Jacksonville, and Tennessee.
That's why I think that actually it's a coming out.
Pittsburgh should not be there. Cincy should not be there.
Who's the Browns play? That's an interesting deal. Let's see. Browns. Who do they play
Vegas.
this week?
Playing Vegas.
Okay, they should win that. If they lose, and somehow that Pittsburgh wins 4-0 versus everybody, and then Bills beat the Ravens, what a huge lead in that division already.
Yeah, almost halfway through.
Yes, 4 wins. Well, you're
halfway
third,
through. Halfway.
Yeah, halfway through.
Quarter of the way through.
Mm-hmm.
I can't count. Everybody know that.
All right, anything else?
No. We got some baseball. So the White Sox.
Yeah, I want to talk about that real quick.
No, you're not talking about my White Sox. I don't. You have no reason to talk about my White Sox. You can talk about all the other baseball.
Go ahead, talk.
But we are celebrating our mediocrity.
So White Sox hit in the modern
I just said that.
Modern era hit the
Yeah, sorry, modern era.
most losses in history. In the modern
No,
era.
modern era, not history. That's still the Cleveland Spiders.
Yeah, when they played like 90 games.
Doesn't matter. That's still the Cleveland fucking Spiders.
So congratulations to them. Now the Central looked to be one of the better divisions. So right now it looks like the Detroit, Kansas City, and the Guardians are going to get in.
Pulled up.
Huh? Yes. So all three of those teams are going to get in from the Central, and then you're just going to have two from the East, which generally.
Hey, you remember that Houston was like 10 games down, like beginning of the month?
That's 2 months ago.
That was it 2 months ago? 10 games
They've
down,
come back,
and
yeah.
they've won the division. Did they not? Did they win the division?
Yeah. They're the only ones coming out of it. That one, the West.
Yeah. Baltimore's solid. So is it the fight with? Who's it a fight with?
So the other four teams. So the Indians and the Yankees get a bye. So it's going to be Houston versus the Royals. It looks like, and Baltimore and Detroit best of 3 series, and then they play the two teams that took a bye. So that's that is for
one game playoff. Bring it back.
No, hate it.
Bring it back.
And then you've got
Just to piss Kenny off.
Then you've got the bye week. It looks like
somebody tell me how.
It looks like the Dodgers and Phillies, which Phillies look really good.
Tell me how the Braves pulled that back out of their ass. They do.
Well, it's not over yet because the Braves got to play the Royals, I think, in their last series.
Is that who's playing in the last?
I think. But the Royals are already in, so they might pull everybody out. I don't know.
I don't see them pulling people up for.
But look at the Padres and the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks won they were the NL Series guys last year, were they not, in the series?
Huh. They were the NL Series guys last year.
I'm saying they represented the NL
They
last year
were the NL
series.
Champions last year that went to the World
So,
Series.
which is impressive. So they're back. I kind of thought they were one-time wonder.
Hell are you?
Shut up. And then it's 12:30. And then and the AM. And then we got San Diego Padres. Money bought them a team.
Who?
And
San
Diego Padres. And money bought them a team, and that's good because they're still in it. So it's impressive.
Dude, you know how long that money has taken to get that team to that point?
I know. But you look at, the Cardinals are going to finish with at least a 500 record. So are the Cubs. Mets had a turnaround a little bit at the end of the year.
Yeah, they had a good start.
Better. Now,
the middle of the Mets season was garbage for them.
Now, right now, I need to check that out because it looks like
Stop touching the screen.
I know, sorry.
Is that a MacBook?
It looks like that.
Looks like what?
Looks like that club that is still possible for the Mets to get in. To be honest.
What did I tell you to just go here?
Damn it! I went to the same damn thing. Jeez.
You're an idiot.
If I had that touch screen, it'd be much, much better.
If I had my touch screen, I'm gonna treat you like my girlfriend on the side of the truck. Hey, baby, get these damn skeeters out of here. Yeah, it's that late that I'm putting my arm on his chair. See, look at us. Nobody says that we're upset that we lost. We're hoping that it lights a fire under our owner's ass.
Let's say a season to forget.
Yeah. Well, the news and the media.
Oh hell!
The news,
we'll give you 100 already next year.
The news, what wins? Okay.
No. Nope.
This is what you're looking for.
Yeah, but I was wondering who the schedule was. Yeah, I've got it right here.
All right, so everybody in the AL is eliminated. So we have Baltimore, Detroit, and Kansas City already set.
Yes, I think everybody's. Well, hold on. I think everybody's set.
Here, the Mets, Diamondbacks, and Braves are all still fighting. I think it's this Mets Braves.
Those two. That's
why they're above Arizona right now, is because the Mets and the Braves are still playing to get out. And I want to say, stay out of here. Why do you people keep coming out and opening the damn door? Ain't nobody asked you. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just yelling at people off stage.
Yeah, no one could hear that but Sean and me. So
right. Oh, here we go. So they have so they're in a 3-game stint. They got 2 left with Milwaukee. Did they not make it in?
Yeah, Milwaukee.
Okay, Milwaukee made it in. And then they've got a very hard schedule.
Oh God, they still have that many games. Who's
they
this?
have to
Who
make
is
up.
This?
This is the Mets.
Oh, okay.
These 2 games are postponed, and at the end of the season, you got to make up all those games that there's like the 30th is the is like the last makeup.
Is that Monday the 30th?
Oh my God, Quintana's still pitching?
Is that double? No shit.
Yeah, it's a double.
Is that double header from the makeup over here?
Yes,
okay,
from this makeup.
I got you. Interesting. Going to be good. That's going to be some Monday baseball watchability right there.
I'm looking at the tits on this gentleman that come in. Look at the size of his.
I think he grabbed pizza too.
He's got a slice in each hand and a beer.
Interesting. So that's going to be fun to watch on Monday.
Well, yeah, the doubleheader to finish out the AL.
Yeah. And the Diamondbacks should coast in. Well, now what if the Diamondbacks lose out though, and then they split?
You know what? It's still possible. That's why the
Diamondbacks.
Diamondbacks.
No, go back up right up there, Sean. That was it right there. Go to that story right there. It says.
What this?
Who slide into the NFL playoff race? Go ahead and click on that story.
NFL? Okay.
NL, sorry. I mean, we know that the Padres are in, obviously.
Which they shouldn't be.
Yeah, they good. They good.
So
they got the 4 seeds, so that means they'll host. That's good.
Tatis is still talking, using his mouth. We don't care. So the Diamondbacks, they sit just behind the Mets and Braves in a tight race.
Because they have a lower winning percentage. That's why.
Well, they're at 72.
Yeah.
For the final two.
It is going to be. It's going to be great coming down there. Who does the?
That's what I was going to
go back.
look
No,
at.
keep reading the story. See if it shows who the Diamondbacks have left.
I'm trying to go find that out, and you're telling me to go read a damn story.
Down.
Okay.
Not that far down.
Can we stop there?
No, they're still playing the D-backs. Okay.
Who's still playing?
I mean, sorry, the D-backs still playing the Padres.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I was trying to go to see to Arizona to see what they had left. But you yelled at me and called me homosexual.
Oh, now we got to go full schedule. Here we go.
All right, here we are. 2 with San Diego. That's it. That's the last for Diego, and that's the last for them. So they just lost tonight, and they need to win those last 2 to secure position.
Does San Diego already start resting? Since they're already locked in the 4 seeds, so that means they host.
I don't know, but for some reason San Diego's still playing garbage.
7-3.
Garbage. Didn't he beat you guys in Cleveland when he was in?
Possibly.
When he was in Chicago.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I can go look. I mean, he's right there. I think he was pitching for the Cubs before they shipped him over to.
All Chapman is the one that I hate. But anyway, the closer. All right, anything else? I'm ready to wrap this baby up.
What year was that? Modern era is what it has to be. When was that loss? That
I thought it was 16, so it wasn't.
All right, so he was still in Texas.
Yeah.
I just remember he went to the Cubs.
Oh yeah, big trade tonight. NBA. Karl Anthony Towns gets shipped off to the Knicks for Julius Randle. Hey, hit on that because I saw 2. One of them was Julius Randle and a guy named DeVincenzo or whatever. I never heard of him. But I saw a first-round pick attached to that.
I don't read Spanish.
So
I don't know except comprar or configuration.
Yeah. So I thought it's interesting if the Knicks had to also give up a first-round pick. Yep, first-round pick.
Devontae
So that's what it was. Towns goes to Minnesota.
DiVincenzo.
Yep. And Julius Randle, which Julius Randle's good. And then
I thought Julius Randle was the guy that had all those shakes. And
that's Orange Julius.
Oh, my bad, dog.
So, and I knew they'd get up they would want a pick because they'd give up so much.
Is there a pick?
Yeah, they got the Detroit's first round, and now we need to really look at that to see if that's protected.
Knicks acquire Towns, Minnesota.
Yeah, for Julius Randle,
and
Dante, and a first-round pick via Detroit. Now, the Detroit...
Can you tell me which one DiVincenzo is?
He'd be on the left. And so, but anyway, statistics 2022-23 with the Knicks, 77 games played, 25 points a game. Last year he only played 46 games due to injury and averaged 24 points a game.
He averaged 21.8 points a game, 8.3 rebounds, 3 assists, 41.6, 50% accuracy from field goals.
What year was that?
Last year. Last year. I don't know what you're reading.
Are you sure that's not Karl Anthony Towns you're
Who
talking
are you
about?
reading? Oh, you're reading Julie's.
I'm doing Julius Randle.
Oh yeah,
Sorry,
I'm reading Anthony.
Oh, I got you.
I'm Anthony.
Carl Anthony Towns. All right.
Carl Anthony Town.
Big trade.
Say DiVincenzo.
And plus, you know,
It's that
the
ginger.
Heidenstein they traded, or what was his name that
Oh,
they
that-
traded?
oh, that
to
was
the
it, yeah.
Thunder. The Thunder picked him up, and so they need another big man. So it makes sense. And I mean, that might be a win-win for everybody, to be honest. Be interested to see what that first round pick is. I'll look at that. We'll talk about it next week. If I probably won't because it won't be news,
Nobody will
but I
care.
bet it's protected. So,
You know what I'm
but
telling- you know what I'm
they'll
looking
need
at.
a pick. So, all right. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Hold on, I got an update on the Nothing But tournament has been canceled.
Oh dang! So thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you next week.
We also missed the
Different time,
end of the
different time,
European
different time, same
different
place.
time of European League of Football. Somebody won. I think Brian Fire.
Different time, same place.
Separate
ya.
separate bat time, same bat.